Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT and Channel 18 ValleyTV. And Allie, you probably have to hit that Mach 3 there too and turn it. There we go. That way we can hear our guest on the radio.
And YouTube.
Oh, and YouTube. Good save, Papa. He does pay attention to me.
He's leaning in.
You can watch every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on YouTube, actually. So check them out if you hadn't ever watched them. Go on YouTube and check them out. Leave us a comment. Feel free to, as long as they're nice. If they're mean, then stay away. But we are glad to have our special guest with us today from Better Bledsoe. We have Michelle Raines and Susan Olinger, and they're here with Better Bledsoe, and we're going to learn a little bit more about it. Michelle has been on our show before, and let's see, that was about
a year ago.
At least a year, yeah. So we're back to talk about Better Bledsoe. I think a year's long enough.
That's right.
So we're going to talk about that today, and I'll let you get started. Tell us about Better Bledsoe and what the group does and what their focus is.
Well, Better Bledsoe is actually a subcommittee of the Health Council, and what we do is we concentrate on activity, nutrition, and anti-smoking or anti-tobacco initiatives. Right. And that is through the Tennessee Governor's program for Healthier Tennessee. So we reach out to businesses, places of worship, individuals and schools, and just try to get everybody on the same page about trying to increase health in Bledsoe County.
Right, and that's good. And y'all been around for how long now?
This is actually the
3 years.
This is our third year.
Okay, that's good.
Have you had time to come up with a mark that you can say this is where we are now versus where we started
goals,
from?
I guess. Yeah.
We do. When we first started, the governor actually provides, the governor's program actually provides a monetary incentive. So we actually got our first payment, I guess is our first award 2 years ago, and so we used that to just help improve some of the playgrounds, improve what else did we work on? The basketball goals, and that's kind of it's still in flux.
About tennis courts too.
Yes, we're really
all for that.
So we're still looking for people in the community that can give us ideas about that, how to move forward now that we've kind of getting things established. But Jan had a program Jan Frechette had a program working with the intramural, basketball programs and things like that, and that was like an anti-tobacco program.
I coach in that usually.
Yes. So that reaches a lot of kids at one time, but we actually have to meet a percentage of the population, and our population is like 14,717. So we have to meet a certain percentage of that through different initiatives. And Michelle's worked with the school, and we've also had, and during the fall festival, then we have, this past year we had the Glow Run, Michelle, and that was a big fun event for a lot of people, because that takes it gets people moving without really without the stress or the intimidation of competing. Everybody can participate at your own pace, your own speed. So I think that really helps a lot.
I'm
with
sure
that.
It does.
Well, the idea of being on television, how many times are you afforded that opportunity?
Right.
Well, this is my first, I guess it's my second time. When we had, I think it was Shootout Tobacco. What was it, Jan?
T4, Tennessee Teens Talk Tobacco.
No, the program.
Dunk Tobacco.
Slam Dunk Tobacco. That was that one. That was the basketball. And so
well, I love basketball.
we had a little interview there with Russell.
Board the other day. I was at Los Panchos eating, and she was in there, and she asked me to help them out with it, and always bring it to the attention of everyone. And I said, I'll gladly do that. And I was really on board with the basketball and tennis.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Because I do think it's sad that the tennis court is in the condition that it's in. I used to play on that court with him.
Yep.
And it's a
That was just
shame
last
that you
year.
it's a shame you can't even do that anymore. To play tennis, you have to go either to Fall Creek Falls or Mount Airy. I mean, or Dayton. Like, it shouldn't be that way.
Well, hopefully we're in the process of getting additional grant money to try to renovate or
That'd be great.
just develop a whole new area for that
Yes.
particular activity.
Let me go back now to the percentage of reaching people. Television is evidently a limited avenue. What about radio?
We are, and that's why we reached out to Billy to be a partner with Better Bledsoe so that he can make announcements for us, do the
Okay, those
promotions.
count?
Yes, all of that
So
counts.
you don't have to be here.
That's correct. We can
That's
send
good.
the announcements, and we can use we can use the Bledsonian. We could use
There you go.
the BTC Channel 18. So
right.
all of those partnerships. That's what we're really trying to develop this year. This past year, the
You got
only
2 for 1
reason
today.
that's right. That's
TV
right.
and radio. That's good.
And really, the only reason we didn't get grant money this past year was because of you have to have at least 15 people on your committee. And whether or not they come every month to a meeting, they may only come 4 times a year to a meeting. But if we can get at least 15 that are interacting and are aware of what's going on, then those partnerships help us get designated as a better
Now we
as
could
a
do that.
better
Papa.
Tennessee community.
Yeah, you
healthier
don't
Tennessee.
have any. You have.
We can do
You've
that.
got a lot of free time, haven't you?
Well, we could be on the committee and help them out some.
That's
You-
right.
We just have to go to like one meeting, whatever.
I didn't say that.
Not much.
The main thing we need is people signed up. So
That's
talk to
right.
them about that.
Okay.
And yes, and you can go to tn.gov, and there's a whole section there about healthier Tennessee communities. And you can, if it's your place of worship, at our congregation at the Pikeville Church of Christ, just down the street, we pledge to increase water and have water available like at our potlucks, or have more vegetables and fruit instead of dessert. We always have at least a fresh fruit dessert.
Yeah, fresh fruit's good.
It is, and so all of that, those little changes are not really that hard,
No.
and everybody can make those small changes.
So you're anti-chocolate.
Oh no, didn't say that.
Chocolate and
Who
water.
said there was no chocolate on the fruit? Chocolate covered
do
strawberries.
chocolate-covered strawberries.
That's right.
And a lot of
They're
the stuff
good.
we ask for, it's some congregations, some workplaces are already doing it.
That's
They're just
right.
not getting credit for it. And if they'll sign up,
really?
Yes.
then we'll get the credit and we'll get more grant money to do stuff in the
Well,
community.
then, yeah, they need to get signed
One simple
up.
thing: most congregations don't have. They don't smoke in their buildings and things like that.
Right, yeah.
But all you have to do is put a sign that
That's literally all they
That's
have to
all
do.
they have to do.
Oh, come on,
It's
guys,
just
yeah.
simply posting simple changes like that. Literally, you're already doing what they're recommending.
Yes.
And there's like 28 little things you could pick. And it might be your Bible class gets together, like ladies' Bible class. They might get together for their Bible class, and then if they do that, just take a walk around the block that day. And
that's easy.
just little some things like
Yeah.
that. Just helping each other, making healthier choices.
Well, we definitely need to make a lot of churches aware of that, because I'm
Yeah.
sure they don't all know.
No, they
That's
don't. And
not
we've reached
hard.
out.
That's not hard at all. So all churches out there, please help Better Bledsoe out. You don't
And
even have to do
employers.
a whole
And
lot.
employers too.
And employers, yeah.
Especially if you have a gym at your church.
Yes.
We have.
Oh, yeah.
We have a walking track, and people really utilize that.
Right.
People that take a break from lunch.
Or Southern Baptists, we're talking to you.
In a roundabout way,
Somebody.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so Billy is taking that upon himself to be the representative for there too, or Papa. I guess we'll get
I'll be a
Papa
good
to do
one.
that.
I'll be a good one. I don't care to talk to people.
And it could be a simple thing as a reminder every month. Just slide it in their bulletin. Whatever the health awareness program is for that month. It might be diabetes awareness, healthy heart awareness, anything like that. Just slide something in there.
Okay, but how do you determine? How is it determined to you that it was done? That you get credit?
It is really. Now that was how we started. That is evolving because the state has realized that there's really no way, because it is just an honor system to do that.
okay.
But when you go on there, you're getting the ideas of what to implement,
Yes.
or the ideas of what what
The
could
church
make it?
shouldn't lie.
No, they should not.
Let's hope not.
I mean, they shouldn't smoke. They shouldn't lie. That's two things already.
They can walk a track.
Hey, we could put up 10 other things, 9 or 8.
They can walk a lap, after church.
That's right.
Another good thing is if they've got a Facebook page, they can post healthy
Yes.
recipes on the Facebook page, and that
Hey,
reaches a
oh,
lot.
yeah.
One thing's going to happen
Yeah.
today. My car out back won't start. I'll have to walk
You have to
home.
walk.
There you go.
Papa.
Well,
You saw me park back there.
I did, but I didn't know why. He failed to mention that part.
well, whenever
Say a word.
at Pikeville, a lot of times, like after worship, especially during the summer, everybody's out walking. So
Yes.
we'll go out. Everybody's walking together. You make one lap. That's great. I think it's
Yeah.
6 laps around town is a mile. So
Well, I'll
those
walk
extra 20
sometimes when
minutes.
It feels good. Of course, it's
Right.
rained so much
Yeah.
this year. Thank God for the weather today.
Mm-hmm.
But when I walk, I do like to walk around downtown. It's actually a nice little stroll.
Mm-hmm. It's
isn't it?
really nice. Really
Walking
nice.
track's just across the road from my house. I
Yes.
walk over to it and have to crawl back home.
I think that would be a perfect place for the basketball goals or a tennis court. That location would be really
Yeah,
good.
Give these kids something to do.
They
Go
need
home
it.
and get on electronics.
That's exactly right. That's right. There's not enough to do, and I'm so glad you guys are trying to help that out too, because that's important.
It is important.
And a lot of these businesses are already doing incentives too. They may
Yes.
be doing an exercise class after work, or they may
Yeah.
be doing a weight loss challenge. I know I see a lot of the telephone office employees. Shout out to
Charlie Boring.
Yeah.
sign up Bledsoe Telephone. But
Yeah. Allie might can help us with that one.
But if the
I
business
see
is,
them walking a lot. See, that's
I do too.
But they're not
There's one
getting
guy
credit
that
for
walks
that.
every day. See, yeah.
They're just not getting credit for that. And they
gotta
do have,
change that.
and they do have a lot of healthy habits there. They try
Yeah.
to, and even just making the change of going over and helping the senior citizens on their salad day,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
picking a meatless Monday or something, just
Right.
something.
That's
Little
a good
changes
idea.
just kind of make, and you really, until you start doing something,
Mm-hmm.
it's just kind of, you're just going along like you always have.
Going with the
But
flow.
you just make one little change and it leads to another little change, and
Yeah.
then next thing you know, you've made a big difference. Because a lot of
Exactly.
people, especially employers, when you're able to control your weight and control your diabetes or control your sugar, your blood pressure, your insurance can be much cheaper
true.
through commercial insurance
That's
if you're
true.
showing that you're trying to develop those healthy habits.
That's true.
this group just helped put water filtration systems in at the schools. So
Oh.
now, instead of just a water fountain, there's a water refill station, and it's filtered, so it's good
Really?
clean water to where the kids are not putting their mouths all over the.
Yeah. Wish we had that.
I know.
Yeah.
So they helped do that with a diabetes grant. So,
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive. And what we got here?
Jan sent us some
Health
notes.
rankings.
Bledsoe County Health Ranking in 2016, we were at 33.
33 out of 95?
Yes,
Yeah, but this year we're at number 12.
So that's how you show
That's
your
great.
improvement.
Well, I
That's
asked you if
really
you had a
good,
standard
yeah.
to go by. That is a standard.
And that's a huge marker, and that's developed by the state. They come up with those rankings.
And you're not
Wow.
not satisfied with that, are you?
No, we'd love to be closer to the top even.
Yeah, but that's good though. You should be proud of that.
That's a
big
huge
leap.
improvement. That
Yeah.
is a huge
What you're
improvement.
trying to do, you have your aim, you have your goal to erase that bloody Bledsoe and have a better
There you
Bledsoe.
go.
That's right.
right.
Bringing in the old history there. Papa's on
Let me
it.
tell you, when Mrs. Bounds had this place right here,
I want to
so-
bring that back though. The T-shirts.
she had the T-shirts with that
Bloody
pistol pointed
Bledsoe.
right at you
Yeah.
and said "Bloody Bledsoe."
But I like them though. They're pretty cool. I'm
Well-
gonna bring them back.
Well, you will have to go out on our Facebook page on Better Bledsoe because we're trying to post daily. That's another
That's good,
incentive for the committee for us to post daily. That's one of the requirements as well.
Okay.
That's good.
And we can even have the Tennessee Achieves and the Tennessee Promise, the college program for the kids, for the seniors. We can have any of those kids that are participating with that. They can actually work with us and get their volunteer volunteer time. So it's easy peasy. You know, you help us out on the social media. They're on it anyway. So
I
just help
know.
us, and we can give them credit for those posts.
That's good.
And they can schedule them ahead of time. They could,
Right.
sit down for an hour with us, schedule for a week at a time, and we'll give them credit for
Yeah.
that.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Which governor initiated this program?
It is Governor Haslam, and it has been
So it's not been
continued.
very long ago that it was
No,
initiated.
it's only been about 4 or 5 years, because there was a pilot program to start, and then they expanded out, and Bledsoe was included, I believe, in that first expansion.
Well, I'm glad that
Probably in 2016, right?
This is also the committee that helped me get that $100,000 grant at the middle school.
Wow.
Yes.
They did that.
They
I didn't
helped,
know that.
they helped on that.
That's big,
Everybody needs to go
too.
down and work out in that.
I will show y'all the road someday.
That is a professional
Well,
place.
Allie, I think I have an idea. I think
Road trip.
a road trip for the Albert Billy Show to the high school. We'll film
Middle
from
It's at the middle school.
We'll film from that gym. man.
Oh, that would be
That
awesome.
would be really
It is.
good.
It
would
is
be
something else.
We'll have to set that up. That's
I
a
lost
good
3
idea.
pounds just walking in.
Thank you.
No more Coke.
Oh,
Yeah, that a girl.
There you go.
That a
I
girl.
should have brought my water.
Water.
That high fructose corn syrup will
I
kill
like you,
there.
Michelle.
Well, who's been drinking
The
all
dentist paid you to do that, didn't he?
Dr. Lee is our
Dr.
chairman.
Lee.
Yeah,
Is
he's our
he?
chairman of this. Yeah.
Well, he's a sponsor for our show now. He's our
Oh, great. Awesome.
Yeah. I've actually been having to drink a lot of water and Gatorade. I've had strep
Yeah, you've
throat.
been sick.
For the first time in my life, I didn't get it as a kid. And I'm still like not completely back. I didn't realize how long it took to get over it. I'm on antibiotics. It's like, dang.
As long as you're not contagious.
No, I'm not contagious anymore, but I tell you what, I did run a fever for about 5 days in a row.
Oh, it's really rough. That's a
Yeah.
really rough thing.
It got up to 103. I was like, what is going on, you know?
goodness.
And I've never had it before, so I
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. So I finally went to the doctor. And look, let's
This
see,
is other
what's
grants
this?
we've applied for. We've applied for a $10,000 Project Diabetes grant. We got it.
We already have
Got
that.
it.
$5,000 Minority Health Grant. We got it. We were
Yeah.
able to put a basketball goal up in court at the middle school.
Good.
And we have applied for a $1.7 million grant, and we're
Whoa.
applying for more. Actually,
Yes.
right now we're applying.
It would be awesome to get the 1.7 million.
Well, that includes tennis courts for sure.
Oh, let's get
That one
that
does.
grant.
Now
That
the-
would be awesome right there, Papa.
Now, the Project Diabetes Grant, that is also in conjunction with the Extension Office, the 4-H Extension and UT
Oh,
Extension.
okay.
And Brianna Scott has been working on the preventing diabetes classes. So Dr. Lee, well, actually, Dr. Lee did the preventing diabetes classes. Brianna,
She goes into the schools and teaches
Yes.
all about nutrition, education. She's
Oh,
great.
Is this
Well,
a
that's good.
natural aftermath of the obesity level of children? The diabetic
I'm
issue?
sure.
So the preventative issue would be the number one thing.
yes, this is all about prevention. And then
And
trying
I've
to
lost
reverse,
weight, but
trying
my
to reverse
cousin wanted
it.
to.
You did it the hard
Takes
way,
away
didn't
your
you?
appetite, yeah.
Well,
But yeah, that
again, I
is
say
really
it's
good.
anti-chocolate.
Oh, no! Chocolate is actually proven to be good for you, so we
That's
encourage
exactly
that.
right.
But you need to try to pick the dark chocolate, which is
With
a
the
developed
worst
taste.
kind.
No, it's not the worst.
I like the milk
It's
chocolate.
a developed taste.
In Dr. Lee's reversing diabetes class, they've had 42 participants, and they've lost 127 pounds in 6 weeks.
Okay, now this is something
Wow.
concrete that
Yes.
people can focus on.
Yes.
It gives them incentive to
I think it's
continue.
over now.
Yes.
I think
And if
it's
other
in-
people are involved, then that gets, they touch shoulders with someone else, and that maybe enlarges it. That's a good idea.
That's good too.
Well, he said there were several that were able to come off medication as part of
there's
that
a-
reversing
that's your
diabetes.
natural aftermath.
That's right.
That's
You
true.
would want to be any kind of medication you can get off of. You're in
What's
in
this?
good shape.
And it says, and we got a note from Jen. Cooking matters for adults.
That's Brianna's
Say
project.
17 families.
This was so much fun. It reached 17 families. I took my
Okay.
kids. It's a cooking class.
Oh.
So I took my kids with me, and you get there and you cook, and then when you leave, you leave with all the ingredients to go home and make it again, and it's free.
Well, that's pretty
It's
good.
awesome. My kids loved it.
Yeah.
So it reached 17 different
I
families.
wouldn't mind doing a cooking class.
needed the cooking
I would do
class.
funny in there though. 'Cause I'm not the best cook in the world.
Well, that's what it's for.
Well, I don't like to cook.
You and Papa can come together.
Now he
pretty
can.
good.
He can.
You can
cook.
come
Yeah,
together.
we can film that.
Yes, that would be
good.
that would be a great idea.
The next
Two
one's
good
gonna be set.
ideas.
The
Yeah.
date's going to be set soon, I'm sure.
Get us on film in the kitchen. That'll be pretty comical. Yeah.
You may make the Food Network next.
I know. He can make some dang good brownies.
No, don't say brownies.
We knew it was chocolate.
Sugar-free.
Sugar-free.
Yeah, we'll go with
Everything in moderation.
that. Yes.
You know, we're not
I can't help it. They are really
goodness.
good. They are.
I took some to the high school the other day and gave it to Miss Pickett, and I said, these might help Casey on her grades.
Every little bit helps.
I bet she laughed at that. But they are really good.
She is super smart. She's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
We meet the second Wednesday of each month at 11 o'clock.
Where?
At 1 o'clock.
one.
Prior to health council or after?
They're after.
After health council. So
But
Is
where?
that, I think at Cliff's, the Starling
it's going to
Cafe.
be actually here.
This month it's
at
gonna be
Nickel
here.
Road.
It'll be right here.
Okay.
Okay, music
That's
hall.
Yes.
For April.
For April.
RSVP and everybody's welcome, and with it.
Yes. It's
Oh,
it's a paid meal.
RSVP, and it's a
Free lunch.
paid meal.
There you go.
When in April?
It's the second Wednesday.
Second Wednesday in April, folks. You need to be here.
That'd be pretty close to time to pay income tax.
Oh, well, there you go. You know, being frugal and helpful at the same time.
It will be the 10th at noon for Health Council and at 1 o'clock for Better Bledsoe.
Okay, now 1 o'clock Better Bledsoe and the Health Council at when?
At 12.
At 12.
So that's the meal.
Okay.
The health council is the meal.
So come at 12.
That's
for
right.
sure. And then stick
Then
around.
stay around.
And you can RSVP to get the meal. What's the number they can call?
Okay, let's do
Well-
Jan Frechette at TN.gov.
Jan.Frechette@tn.gov.
Spell Frechette for me.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Frechette.
Yes, sir.
FRECHETTE.
Good job.
All right. I coached her son in basketball.
Yeah, I was going to
for a
say,
few
you
years.
just got that out of the paper. You saw his name there.
One thing I do good is spelling, believe it or not. I was always good at spelling for whatever reason.
Good speller, no cooking.
I knew you was going to come up with something hard.
Spell Rumpelstiltskin.
I will off camera.
Or they can go to Better Bledsoe on Facebook
Yes.
and RSVP.
Well, that would
Yeah, that would be
That would be
easier.
Okay. So Better Bledsoe has their own Facebook
Right.
page, right?
Definitely
Okay.
need you to like it because that
I
helps
will.
us also.
Yes, that interaction and questions every once in a while. We have giveaways too on the
really?
Facebook group. Yes.
Like what kind?
Well, we have the cups and
Yeah.
Brianna just makes all kinds of neat
Yeti
stuff. Yeti cups.
Oh, I'm in then for that.
Yeah.
I want one of them.
Well, it sounds like y'all are doing
I
what
will
you
like
can
it.
do. And I think you've
yeah.
helped your cause today. We've had,
Absolutely.
our show looks a whole lot better with them.
Oh, and we also
Pick
work
yourself up,
closely.
Pop.
We also work closely with the farmers market. So
Oh, that's good too.
that's a great option for people to come and get fresh fruit and local
Yes.
vegetables and everything. So,
Fresh fruit is actually,
and I
like
think
said earlier, really good.
she might have even had fresh kale down there from the garden for salads today. I think she was starting
Wow.
today.
Now, I had strawberries for supper last night.
That's good.
Fresh strawberries.
You should have called me.
Well,
I like that.
Then we had scrambled eggs and sausage and biscuits with it.
You should have called me. You know
That's I love breakfast for dinner. I do too.
I love it. Shame. Papa,
But the
shame.
strawberries were
You should
good.
have called your favorite grandson. Was there anything else you'd like to tell people
We'll
about
see
Better
if
Bledsoe?
Jan slides us one more piece of paper before we leave.
Is that it?
No,
Well,
incredible group.
It is, and yeah, we'll gladly help you.
Oh, and at the end of the year, there's a beautiful gala, excuse me, gala. Jan and I were able to go this year, but we were nominated for.
Where's that?
It was in.
It was in Franklin.
Really?
Yes.
So y'all get to go to that every year?
Yes, that was a new thing just for this year, and so they have awards for the ones that are doing well. And Bledsoe was nominated because of the new fitness center at the middle school. It should have won. It should have
I'm
won.
actually surprised it didn't.
Well,
That's a pretty big deal there.
It is a big deal.
Yeah.
Sometimes
But at least you were
we're out here in the-
nominated, though.
Right.
You know, next year you're going to win.
We're gonna win
when
next
we get
year.
them dang tennis courts and
That's right.
basketball goes, you're going to win.
That's right. Well, we actually have 8 new initiatives for this year that we just got green lighted on that last week. So
That's great.
we've already set our goals for this year, and of course those can be in flux. Things happen sometimes, and we have to problem solve and have solutions to resolve that out. But it's really been really helpful because this year we're going to have 4 moving initiatives, 3 nutrition initiatives, and then 1 anti-tobacco initiative.
Okay.
And speaking, we're trying to develop, and you'll appreciate this. This is the Loop down at Lusk.
Oh,
and,
really?
Because we have really worked hard on our playground. We're getting.
Loop, I like it.
And it's going to be a bicycle series, a bicycle incentive, like to try to get kids out on riding on their bicycle. They have a little bicycle rodeo, and then just let them loop the loop. So
I hope bicycles don't become antiques.
I know they're so much fun.
These little things with their
Get the
thumbs is what
microphone there, Albert.
He's leaning in.
I was talking to her.
But it is.
I remember they used to have softball tournaments down at Lusk.
Yes. Well, we would
should
would
bring that
bicycle.
back.
I'm about 2 miles away, maybe even a little further, and we would bicycle all the way down to Lusk, play softball all day because the softball
It
field
was
was
an
there.
all-day thing.
It was, and so then you
I
go
miss
back
that.
home at dusk. You had just enough time to bicycle all the way back home, so you
That's
had
right.
exercise all day.
Yeah.
Sheila Rowe across the road, she would make Kool-Aid, and we'd have Kool-Aid back then. None of this soft drinks.
I remember Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we've actually converted that softball field into a soccer station, or soccer field.
Okay, I
So
was
there's
wondering what-
soccer balls and soccer goals there for kids because it's hard to get 10 kids there all at the same time now. But now anybody can go, any of the kids can go down there and
That's
check
really
out,
good.
just get a ball. We provide the balls, and
Really?
there's basketball goals down there. We renovated those. There's a new toddler area in the playground.
Well, that is.
All the
Real
equipment
good.
is up to date. At the Pikeville playground, this week I actually went down and fixed the seesaw. It's back up and
That's good.
teetering there, so that's back up to par. I need just send it out to everybody. I need a tire for the tire swing. So if anybody can help us out with that,
help them out with that,
that's right.
folks. If you got a tire that you don't need,
We poke some holes in the
they
bottom.
can put it to use.
Does not have to be
Tire
new.
swing. Doesn't have to be new by any means.
And if I'm not mistaken, this 1.7 million would help renovate the old Pop Elementary gym.
It would.
Oh, that's huge.
That'd be nice.
That would
That
be
whole
really
area.
nice.
Building.
Well, I was wondering if it were going to be repaired or be torn down or what.
I think
It is the plan to try to renovate that.
That's good to know because a lot of people don't know.
It's a
that.
sturdy building. It
Yeah.
really is. Those older
I
buildings.
miss it.
I remember the old one that had wood stoves in it.
I miss playing. They had church league there,
Yes.
and stuff, and which we grew up in that gym, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame that it's not getting used. So I'm glad you guys are trying to save that place.
Mm-hmm.
You're tooting your horn. You're tooting your horn.
Well, we just let everybody else. We'll let them toot it for us. So.
Well, you can't leave without participating in our trivia.
Oh,
Every
okay.
guest has to do that.
Daily
And
trivia.
And it is trivia time. And he always has to be, make it hard. And they just come to his head, don't they, Allie? Out of nowhere.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm like, how in the world did that come to your head, Papa?
I don't know. I really don't. Okay, first one.
Here we go.
You give me the last name. I mean the first name. The last name is Majors or Remick?
Johnny.
Johnny, right?
Remick?
Well, there's Johnny Majors.
Yeah, but
Who's Remick? I don't even know who that is.
it's a woman.
A woman.
Lee.
Lee.
Oh.
Very good.
And Lee Majors. I remember the $6
There you
million
go.
man.
Yeah, oh yeah. There you Good job.
All
Good
right.
job.
One
Number
point for
two,
me.
I
a
got
brick
some help
worker.
today.
A brick worker is called a brick
Mason.
mason. I need you all the time.
Hey, I'm glad.
I'm all about the trivia. I'm all about the trivia.
This is coming from you.
Uh-oh.
Sir's companion is
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
I had to think about that one a minute.
No kidding, these just come from a student in a uniform at some of the colleges is called where they have to wear uniforms.
Oh.
Is it
Cadet.
Good
Thank
job.
you, Mr. Shat.
It's me, Billy.
Yeah, it's Michelle. Good job, Michelle.
In Japan, what is their cash called?
Yen.
Yen.
No, that's a real good answer because
It is good.
I didn't have a clue on that. That's a hard question.
You
by
know
the way.
Mexico's though, don't you?
Peso.
There you go. What is the United States? A black and white bamboo eater.
Panda bear.
Panda bear.
Oh yeah, that's.
These are
good.
too easy. Let me get the harder one.
No. I'm gonna have you.
Oh, I
start
thought we were
coming here to be
competing.
my
I thought we were
lifeline.
competing.
No, you're my
okay.
help.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're your
I asked
question.
these for people out here. I don't ask
Yeah.
you, Billy.
Oh, okay.
But Billy's always one has to answer, so it's
Miss-
nice to have some help today.
Mr. Sajak on TV.
Pat.
Pat Sajak.
Wheel of Fortune, baby. That's been around for a long time.
Years.
And Vanna still looks the same.
At school, there is a door in the high school that tells you some of the sayings that Shakespeare goes back to his writings, and we're talking hundreds of years ago. But one of the phrases,
Oh,
I
God.
told you the answer.
You did?
Dead as a doornail came from Shakespeare. I answered that one.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Say it.
I said Shakespeare.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Dead as a door, but so
you
many,
didn't say-
so many things that he came up with that are still
Common.
used,
True.
common. But what is dead as a doornail?
I don't know. But
Okay.
you really didn't say it.
No, but he gave
thought you did.
Shakespeare. Shakespeare
Okay.
was
The
going to be the
question
answer.
was, where did the phrase come from?
Oh,
Okay.
got you.
Parachute material.
Nylon.
Good
No,
answer.
no.
Silk.
Silk.
There you
Depends
go.
on-
Good
yeah.
Silk.
job.
Good job, Susie.
Yeah. Thank God for Susie today. Because these are hard.
The first name of the escape professional, his name was Houdini.
Harry.
Harry
Very
Houdini.
I do
good.
remember
That's
that.
my daddy's name, so I knew that one.
Yeah.
If you have to hoof it, like I'm gonna have to do, what is hoofing it?
Walking.
Walking.
Running or walking?
That goes along with what y'all been pushing here.
And you didn't even know that's pretty good.
I hope
Didn't
my
even
car.
know.
I hope it'll start where we won't have to walk.
Well, I hope so too.
Biblically speaking, Cain's pa,
His
Adam.
paw.
Adam,
Really?
his pa.
Cain and Abel.
That's
Yeah.
I remember. I didn't. I guess I forgot that Adam was their daddy
Okay.
or their paw.
Their paw.
Last question. These are so easy.
Stop it! They're not. They're
A
not.
mitten's cousin,
Glove.
a glove.
See?
Have you ever seen
Did we
this
get
easy?
all of them
Does he really
right?
make those up?
He claims he does.
I
don't
never
know.
saw any of this easy.
Whatever. We just did.
I just
good.
turned to the first page.
There you go.
Did we get all of them right?
Yes.
Yes. Good job,
Well,
ladies.
you would have gotten Shakespeare. Would you have gotten who said
I
dead?
think they would have.
Yeah.
You would have
Yeah. So yeah.
dead as a doornail. That's what we
I
do.
had Gail Green, Gail Forsyth. I had Shakespeare, and we had all kinds. We had good training when I was in high
Oh,
school.
I had Shakespeare.
I mean, we didn't have hers teacher because I think she went to the prison at
Yes.
that point.
I told the students today, I said, you may not like all your teachers, but respect them because they put the grades on your car.
He's having a good time substituting down there.
Good.
I'm so glad.
And a lot of the kids brag on you.
They
I hear
do.
A lot of that.
They do.
Yeah, they really like
They
you
want
down
me to
there.
give them good grades.
They're barking up the wrong tree, though, aren't they?
They are. Well, you guys did great.
Well, we appreciate you so much
Definitely
letting us
wanna-
come today.
Oh, anytime.
You've done a good job here.
Yes. And we definitely, if y'all can get us some dates, we'll gladly film whatever. At your new gym,
Yeah,
though, for
that'd be
sure. We definitely need to do that.
And we
That'd be
appreciate
good.
all the nodes that kept feeding in
I
here.
know.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you, ladies.
It's kind of tight in here, isn't it?
Yeah, I would have scheduled it back in the music hall, but I wanted it to be on the radio too,
Right.
You know, so that's why.
Well, and one thing that I know that the tourism board is working on too is they're bringing a bicycle tour. We had one this past fall.
I read about that.
And so they're going to be expanding that.
They
and
are?
Yes,
Really?
so they'll be coming again this year, and they stop at the farmers market. So all the
There's a bunch
families
of
that
them.
follow those come too. And so you're going to be having that. And then also a great new project called the Geocache and the geocaching tour. And I think they said there were going to be about 40 stops on that tour. So you can walk, run, bicycle
Really?
to those different places and get the little prize or whatever, and then go to the next one. So we've got a lot of good things that are
Yeah.
developing in the county.
Oh, anytime something comes up, just let me know. We'll
Okay.
gladly promote it for you.
Well, we appreciate you letting
Thank
us.
you for
Is that
coming.
it? Oh,
June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is the Casa Rodeo down in Dunlap. Did you go last year?
I did not.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's a
Is
little
it?
rodeo,
Uh-huh.
and it benefits the child advocacy program we have. So
Really?
that's a great program. And July 25th is Give a Child a Chance Day at the high school, 9 to 12.
Oh,
sorry.
That's okay. Say it again, though.
July 25th, 9 to 12 at the high school is the Give a Child a Chance Day. That's where they can come get free physicals and school supplies for the year.
Yeah.
So a lot of people want to go ahead and put that on their calendars.
You have to stand in line, but
Yes,
be
sometimes you have to
prepared.
stand
Bring
in
you a
line.
chair.
That's right.
But that's okay.
But that's okay. Yeah, no wonder. I mean, that's a good
That's a
idea.
good deal.
Program.
That helps a lot of people.
Well, thank you for
Well,
having us.
thank you guys for joining us. And coming up next on the Albert Billy Show, we'll have some sports for you. That's coming up after the break.
You're not good coming.
No, I don't like it. All right, welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show. Now you got your own mic, Papa.
How about that?
And we got an announcement here. Do you want to do it?
I can do it.
Okay.
This is handed to me by Mr. Matt Lockhart up at Cold Springs Baptist Church.
Hello, Matt.
This is an effort by the Tennessee Faith-Based Initiatives. This is an initiative by the state of Tennessee to help mobilize the faith community to help combat the drug epidemic in Tennessee and across the country. It's getting worse, not getting any better. So there is going to be a program at Cold Springs First Baptist Church on next Friday, a week from today,
March
29th, from 6 o'clock in the evening to 8 o'clock that night. And it's easy to find. It's about 3 miles north of Pikeville on Highway 127 going north.
Cold Springs Baptist.
But what this meeting is about, it's an informative meeting to help folks navigate how to choose the right treatment and explain resources that are available. The people that will be there are treatment professionals and many certified peer recovery specialists. They're going to be there to answer the questions that you might come up with for some member of your family or yourself. So please try to be there. It'll be a 2-hour program a week from tonight at Cold Springs First Baptist Church.
All right. And want to thank our sponsors, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Scotty's, of course, home of the famous Scotty Burger, as you say, Bilberry Insurance on Spring Street. Go see Frank and Susan and Sadie. Get you, they always have good suckers there, or usually. So be sure to get one of them too for all your insurance needs. And of course, Dr. Lee and the Pikeville Family Dentistry, the offices of Emma Boynton, Michael Walker, and Zach Ollendorf. Farm Bureau Insurance, go see Matt Massengale and his friendly staff for all your home, auto, and life insurance needs. And Subway on the bypass. And man, I've been eating their rotisserie chicken sandwich this week, and I love it. Casey May's the one that turned me on to it, and it's good. Also, Farmhouse Cafe, owner Kim Campbell.
Just right here behind us.
Right behind us. Great food as well.
Did you call that the loon?
I thought I did, but if I didn't, I'll say it again because it's on here. So if I didn't, I'll say it now. The Loom, our next door neighbor, owner Judy Yates. She's been a longtime sponsor of the Albert and Billy Show. Go see her for all your fabric needs, right?
And a lot of other things.
A lot of other things. Flowers, too.
Alterations.
Alterations, that's right. So thanks to all of our sponsors. And now it's time. Oh, yeah, I want to wish happy birthday. His birthday's actually tomorrow, but since we're doing the show now, we'll give Robert Smith a shout out. Happy birthday to Robert Smith. If you see him out and about today or tomorrow, be sure to wish him a happy birthday. And that's from me and Papa and everyone here at WAT and the Albert and Billy Show. And now it's time for sports of all sorts. And as we're filming this, I'm kind of tracking the UT ball game. And Papa, now it's got closer. UT is currently up in the second half, 47-41 over Colgate. Now, this game shouldn't even be close, UT. So you better start playing some basketball. Yeah.
And it's in the second half.
With 15:31 left. If I was watching it, I'd probably be a little upset.
That's a low score.
It is. They're not playing good, obviously.
Or Colgate's playing good defense.
Yeah.
One or the other.
That might be a little bit of both, mightn't it?
We might be better off to talk about last week. And how well we did in the tournament.
Yeah, I just run out of steam. Really, Tennessee and Kentucky, in all honesty, deserve to be the championship game. That win took too much out of Tennessee, physically, but also emotionally.
And mentally.
They didn't have nothing left.
They were empty tanked.
And it was clear to see early on. I noticed it pretty quickly.
Of course, they had defeated Mississippi State.
Yep.
Then turned right around and hit that game with Kentucky.
That took
those last 2 minutes and 45 seconds
were amazing.
To be 8 points behind and win by 4, that was a swing of 12 points.
I know it. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
It was just, a near miracle.
Yeah, it's like Kentucky just fell apart and Tennessee caught fire.
Well, they only fell apart for 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
I know it. That's all it took.
Yeah.
That was insane. I loved it.
But then for us to get beat by Auburn 20 points, 84-64 in the finals, that was plumb pathetic.
It was. But like I said, you could tell early on there was absolutely no energy left on Tennessee. No. They were flat the whole game. Turned the ball over more than I've ever seen them turn it over this year.
17.
At one point, they turned it over, I believe, 7 times in a row, Papa. I was keeping count.
7 times you don't score.
Yes. I don't think I've ever seen any team turn it over that many times in a row. I was really mad watching, that part.
That tears you up.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Okay, the big dance.
But now Auburn is very, very quick.
Oh, yeah.
Did you notice that?
Well, I like their coach.
I do too. I do too.
He gets caught up in what he's doing.
He does.
And in doing that, he gets the fans involved.
Yeah.
He gets the team involved.
I missed that when he was at UT.
He does. Okay.
He took us further than any coach has, the Elite 8.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can match that and do one better at least.
Yeah, there you go.
Go to the Final Four.
Okay, in the big dance that began Wednesday.
Yes.
Tennessee's in the division where Virginia is the number one seed. Duke also has a number one seed.
North Carolina.
North Carolina has a number one seed in Gonzaga.
And they won big time yesterday.
Okay. Well, all of
Gonzaga.
our teams in the Southeastern Conference, Florida, Kentucky, LSU,
Yeah, they barely
Auburn,
won too.
all of them won yesterday.
And then today, Ole Miss got massacred.
Hey, that's the
Oklahoma.
fifth. That's the fifth team, and Tennessee's the sixth team out of the
Yes.
7 to participate. Well,
Mississippi State plays later.
Mississippi State's the next one, right?
Oh my gosh, Papa! It's now 4 points, 48-44. Come on, UT. Good grief.
Well, let me say this about sports. Baseball season started.
But listen to this. Now, obviously, this could change. But speaking of Virginia, currently they're down 36-30 at halftime to the number 16 seed Gardner Webb.
Wouldn't it be something if Gardner Webb turned out to be the Cinderella team?
I know that. I mean, like I said, it's just halftime. More than likely, Virginia will make some adjustments, but
I'm sure they
that
will.
would be a huge upset.
Gardner Webb's not on par with UTC.
No, Virginia's the number one seed, so dang, their
16.
fans are probably even more mad than we are right now.
16 seed, that's as low as you can go. But anyway, baseball got its start.
Papa, I'm so sorry. I just keep seeing this. We're gonna go. Kansas got beat. I didn't know that. Kansas
No.
lost to UC Irvine 70-64.
Kansas.
Yes, the number 4. Kansas State. I'm sorry.
Kansas State, okay.
Kansas State. It just says Kansas. See how it just says Kansas. But I looked at the logo. That's Kansas State.
Okay.
Okay, false alarm. My bad.
False alarm.
That would have been huge, wouldn't it?
But with the baseball season getting started, it started, by the way, in Japan. Tokyo, Japan was the season opener. The Mariners and the A's opened up the baseball season. Now there's only 161 games left.
Gee, I know. The season is way too long.
And in golf, last weekend, the Players' Championship, it's not a major, but it's one of the biggest tournaments purse-wise. Rory McIlroy won $2.25 million.
Ridiculous.
$2.25
And
million.
I don't know why I said Kansas. I knew Auburn was playing Kansas tomorrow. That's
Yeah,
the
that's right.
5-4 matchup. Okay. I'm just trying to give some updates while I got it pulled up. The SEC teams like LSU will take on Maryland tomorrow.
Okay.
LSU barely got by Yale, 4 points.
4 points.
Kentucky will play Wolford tomorrow.
Well, for that would be a UTC.
Yeah, and they're number 7 seed. That's high for a mid-major. Florida has to play Michigan, a number 2 seed.
It won't be good.
No, that could be tough. An all Big Ten matchup. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Michigan State and Minnesota will play tomorrow. You don't see that very often in the big dance. But yeah, there's Auburn and Kansas. North Carolina takes on Iona tonight.
That should not be no problem for them.
Shouldn't be. And Mississippi State and Liberty tonight at 6:27.
That shouldn't be a
What
problem
weird
for them.
time. Duke plays North Dakota State. That should be a blowout.
That would be North Dakota State. They're a mid-major, aren't they? Or small.
North Carolina State would be.
No, North Dakota State.
North Dakota State is definitely a mid-major. And my gosh, Tennessee is just up by 1 point now, Papa. They've been stuck at 48 the whole time we've been talking about it.
Well, let's shut up.
Yeah, maybe we're jinxing them.
Okay.
What else we
In
got?
sports, I want to ask you if you remember some of these nicknames of these ball players, basketball. Anthony Hardaway.
Yes.
What was his nickname?
Oh, I don't know.
Penny.
Oh, okay. Now that you say
Penny
that, I do
Hardaway.
remember that. Yeah.
You wouldn't remember Karl Malone.
The mailman.
You do?
Yeah, Utah Jazz.
Wow.
I was a kid, but I remember.
Julius Erving.
Dr. J.
Dr. J, you're doing well. Hakeem Olajuwon.
I mean, I remember him, and so they're saying he had a nickname.
The Dream.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember it now.
Hakeem the Dream.
Yeah.
Oscar Robertson.
I don't remember.
The Big
him.
O.
Oh, okay,
Oscar.
that makes sense.
Okay, what about Wilt Chamberlain? Wilt the
Stilt.
Stilt.
I just guessed.
Oh, you get it.
I knew it rhymed with it.
Okay. Did you know that Wilt Chamberlain played in 1,205 games and never fouled out?
That's amazing.
That's amazing. And he set a record. He's a lousy foul shooter.
Obviously.
He got to where he would just throw it up underhanded, trying to mimic Rick Barry. And Rick Barry's son did the same thing. But he hit 28 straight one time.
The granny shot.
The granny.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
And the top 10 scorers in their career: Michael Jordan, second, Wilt Chamberlain,
Okay.
Elgin Baylor,
Don't remember. Never heard of him.
really, Jerry West.
I've heard of him.
He's the one that's the logo on the NBA.
That's right. That's
He's the
right.
Bob Pettit,
I don't think I remember him.
George Gervin,
No.
Karl Malone. He was
Yes.
on the Jazz.
Yep.
And Oscar Robertson, David Robinson. He played at Navy.
He was a great player.
He would be
He ended up
more.
playing
you
for the
would remember him,
Spurs, yeah.
He averaged over 25 points a game.
Yeah.
For his career.
He was very, very good.
And Dominique Wilkins was the 10th.
Oh, Hawks.
Guess where he played?
Atlanta. Oh, UTC, wasn't it? Yeah.
UTC. All right.
He was a good player, too. I remember when him and Spud Webb played for the Hawks. Remember that?
Yeah, Spud Webb, little
Spud
bitty
Webb
guy.
was little, yeah.
All right.
What about the Lady Vols? Barely.
They play tomorrow.
Sluck at their lowest seed ever, number 11. And I don't look for them to have a good
They
showing.
play UCLA.
Yeah. UCLA is obviously a better coach team. I mean,
But you don't know one game.
Lee Station's a better coach team than Tennessee, but
You don't know what will happen in one game.
don't know.
But
I
anyway,
do know this: if they win, though, it's not going to be because of their coach.
Okay.
You can't even defend her because you know I'm right.
Let me tell you something about March Madness. We know
Okay.
that March Madness started Wednesday with the 4 play-in games.
Yep, that's
All right.
right.
The 68-team NCAA men's basketball tournament that kicked off Wednesday is costly in more ways than one. The online personal finance website Wallet Hub estimates the cost of the big dance. Listen to the cost.
Okay.
Corporately speaking, your big corporations
Yes.
will lose $4.8 billion in unproductive employees while the games are going on.
Wow.
$4.8 billion will be lost by the corporations because that much of their employees are goofing off and not pushing things through the line. They're glued to a television set somewhere conveniently located.
Can't say I blame them though.
Here's the reason. The amount of time spent by the average worker during these games of this tournament is 6 hours.
Oh.
So if a man, instead of it being in his machine,
Yes.
making
He's
money
watching
for
the
his
game.
employer, he's watching the game 6 hours. That's nearly a day.
I know.
And you know what? I bet you some of those guys make $25, $30 an hour.
Exactly. I'm sure they don't realize that they're causing this.
No, they don't think about it.
No.
But it's being held in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
What is the Final Four?
Yeah, the Final Four. The impact financially for that city is going to be $142 million.
They're going to lose money?
No, they're
I was going to say, they
that's
should
the
be
impact.
gaining. Yeah.
The restaurants in town and the motels in
Absolutely.
town, the gas stations in town.
Everything.
$142
Restaurants.
million. There you go, restaurants.
Yeah.
I'd say restaurants and motels would be the big game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's good to hear. It's good to hear that the whole city.
Now this is
that well.
unsettling to hear this.
Uh-oh.
Duke's coach, you know his name?
Well, I just call him Coach K because his last name's so dang hard to say.
Mike Krzyzewski.
Okay.
He's the coach of the Duke Blue Devils.
He is a great coach.
His salary is $8.98 million a year. But now listen, his salary is 6 times greater than the salaries of the president of Duke University and the governor of North Carolina. Combined! Can you believe that?
You know what? Sadly, I can believe it.
Yeah!
But that is a shame.
That's about what Alabama's coach makes. Not hardly as much, I don't think.
I love sports, but let's face it, they do make too much money.
Yeah, this guy.
I mean, you hear the economy and the struggles that people are having, and you see these people playing a game for their job, getting paid a ridiculous amount of money. They don't need that much money.
No, it's not a matter of need.
No, it's a matter of greed, usually.
No, it's a matter of matching their ego. This player wants more because that player got more.
None of them deserve that much money.
That $330 million 13-year contract that was signed not long ago, Mike Trout's going to try to better that. He's going to try to get $342 million.
See, that's ridiculous.
Okay. Did you know in history there have been 2 calendars? The first one was called the Julian calendar. It was started by Julius Caesar.
Okay, so we're not on sports anymore.
No.
Well, you need to say that.
I said, did you know?
And I didn't know that we weren't on
it's
sports.
3:30. It's 3:30.
So I'll remind you, fans and viewers of the show, it's time for Albertology.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, listen, what about the score before we leave?
Well, Tennessee, I didn't want to tell you at first because they were actually down by 2, 52-50, but now Tennessee's up 56-52, so we're on a 6-0 run. I'll keep checking it, but yeah, it's too close for comfort. That's
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Colgate.
I know.
That's toothpaste.
Exactly. You lost. That would be bad. You lost to a toothpaste.
Okay, we're through with that. We're through.
Now it's time for good old Albertology.
Julius Caesar started the first calendar with the founding of Rome.
Okay.
You remember I don't know if you remember or not, but there was a phrase, all roads lead to Rome. Rome is the one that came up with the ideas of making roads. And
So
of course they wanted them all to come to Rome.
That's why they say it. Then.
Julius Caesar came up with the first calendar. He had a leap year in it, but it missed some minutes every year. Okay?
I hate the leap year thing. I never
had
the month of February just doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
How come only 1 month just has 28 days?
I pulled a trick on the kids at school. I said, how many months in the year have 28 days? And they all said, February.
Yeah.
I said, no, listen to me. How many months have 28 days?
Yeah, that is a trick question.
Okay.
Did any of them catch on?
Yeah, finally. I kept on saying, how many?
That's funny.
But then the Pope Gregory the 13th came along with the Gregorian calendar. He said, we're going to measure time BC and AD.
Okay.
He went back, and the BC stands for time recorded before Christ. The AD it's just Latin.
Okay.
And it means A stands for Anna, and the D stands for Domini. It means that now that we're past the break-even point. We're now living in the year of our Lord, 2019.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that calendar also has leap year. But that is the calendar we still go by.
Okay.
And it was started by Pope Gregory the 13th.
Definitely didn't know that. That's a good did you know, because I sure didn't.
All right, let me ask
Didn't
you
know
this.
any of it.
Did you know that in the United Kingdom, 7,161 households still have black and white TV?
Still?
7,161.
No, I
Using
didn't
a
know
black and white
that.
television.
That's stupid.
Well, either that or they're backward.
Extremely.
Did you know that in Nevada, they became the first state with a plurality of women in the state legislature? They got more women than men serving in the state legislature in the state of
did not
Nevada.
know that either.
And this was a little bit unsettling to me when I read this. NASA has come up with a probe. Humans invented the fastest object that humans ever made. It's called the NASA probe. It has been launched since last August. Its speed is 430,000 miles per hour.
Good grief.
It's on its way to touch the sun.
Okay, good luck with
Okay, what's going to happen?
that. It's going
Why did they do it?
stupid. There's no reason behind that.
To touch the sun? I don't
Why,
believe
so
you'd
they
ever
can
get.
fry?
I don't believe you'd ever get to it.
I don't either.
Can you imagine? I mean,
I hope nobody's on it.
I don't think they are. It's been launched since last August.
Yeah, that'd be a goner for sure.
Okay.
Update real quick. It's 58-55 Tennessee.
3 points.
And Virginia has come back, like we said. They're
Over
up.
Gardner Webb.
Yeah, they're up 42-38 now.
Okay, that's more normal.
Yeah.
In the year 2017, this is last year, we have a record of this.
2 years ago.
The United States.
For 2019.
Okay, you're right. The United States sold weapons to the following countries. Saudi Arabia bought $17.9 billion worth of weapons from us. Saudi Arabia. That's a friend of the United States.
Yeah, that's what's in here.
Poland bought $11.3 billion. Japan bought $10.7 billion. Canada $5.2 billion. Romania $4 billion. Bahrain $4 billion.
Boy, who?
Bahrain, Bahrain. Australia bought $3.4 billion. United Kingdom $3.2. United Arab Emirates $2.8. And Greece 2.5.
Wow.
That did us an economic boost of $56.8 billion in our economy by selling weapons.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
No.
That many dollars,
I bet a lot of people didn't know that.
that many dollars spent for, it doesn't say just guns, weapons.
yeah.
It could be tanks. And
Yeah. But I'm sure nobody else knew that either.
Did you
If
know?
they did, it's very few.
You've heard of Sam Walton?
Yeah, the guy who invented Walmart or
He started
created
Walmart.
it. Yeah.
This is what he said. How do you inspire a grandchild to go to work when they know they'll never see a poor day in their life?
I don't know.
How would you?
No idea.
How could you say, get out of that bed at 7 o'clock? You've got to go to work. You've got to make money today. They don't have to make money.
Yeah, then it would be very hard to
They don't
inspire.
have to work.
I guess you would say go to work or you're cut off.
There might be some way you could control
No
it.
trust fund for you. That'd be the only way a rich person can do it, Papa. Well, you're cut off. Go make your own money. I'm not keeping you up. That'd be the only way, wouldn't it?
I had a salesman that worked for the New Joy Candy Company, and he told me that every year when they went to Arkansas to make their presentation, excuse me, for a seasonal candy, whether it's Valentine candy, Easter candy, or Christmas candy, whatever the season was.
Right.
When you walked in the door of his office to make your presentation of what you had, what wares you had to sell him, he said to you when you came in, now this was according to the salesman that worked for New Joy.
Okay.
He said, that Mr. Walton said, when you came in my door to try to sell candy to me, you have a price increase, go right back out that same door.
Well,
He was saying, if you want to do business with me, sit down and we'll talk. But we're going to talk last year's prices.
all right.
So he controlled his buying power.
Yeah. Which is hard
At
to
the
do.
same time, he was allowed, I don't know whether he did it or not,
Right.
to keep up with the going price retail.
Yeah, I just wonder how he pulled that off.
And he might not have done that with all the companies.
Right.
But this man could have told me a lie, but that's what he said.
You gonna make it, Allie? Hello, producer.
She told me she's going to take a nap. Listen, now these are jokes now. We're ready.
Okay, joke time.
Joke time. I think my pilot was a little inexperienced. We were sitting on the runway, and he said, "Okay, folks, we're going to be taking off in just a few." Whoa, here we go.
Oh, God, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
We're going to be taking off in just...
That's
That was
good.
one of the funniest things I ever read in my life.
I love that one.
Oh, man.
Do you need a drink, Papa?
No. Can't quit laughing. Okay, this is a riddle.
Okay.
Yellow I look, and massive I weigh. In the morning I come to brighten Mom's day. What am I?
Okay, you're yellow.
And I'm big,
Okay.
and I make Mom's day every morning.
Gosh, I don't know.
A bus.
There we go.
Take them kids away for a while.
That one's good too.
I'm telling you, these are some of the best ones.
Yeah, you're 2 for 2, Papa. Those are both really good.
A man knocked on my door the other day, and he asked for a donation toward the local swimming pool they were building. So I gave him a glass of water. Two little boys are in the hospital, lying on gurneys next to each other. One boy says, "What are you in here for?" And the other one says, "I'm here to have my tonsils taken out."
Oh,
"Don't worry," the first one says.
Okay.
"I had that operation when I was 4. They put you to sleep, and when you wake up, you get ice cream." The other boy, now released, says, "Well, what are you in here for?" He says, "A circumcision." He said, "Whoa, good luck. I had that done when I was born, and I couldn't walk for a year." I couldn't walk for a year. These are really...
those were really good. I agree.
After unsuccessfully robbing a convenience store, a young man ran across the street to another store, called his mother, and asked her to come pick him up.
Let's be on the world's dumbest criminals there.
Somebody won't have to come pick me up. My car won't start. Hey, Patricia, come pick me up. A good Samaritan noticed an elderly man being robbed. So he jumped in and punched the thief.
Right.
The thief was so upset he called the police to complain. That's a dumb crook.
That's a dumb crook. That's two dumb ones in a row. Yeah, I mugged somebody and they were mean to me.
Okay. This is how much a job applicant wanted to work at a McDonald's store in Norfolk, Virginia. I've been there.
Yeah.
When the manager told him that he would need to apply online, the man showed him a gun tucked into his waistband. Hard to believe, but the manager found a paper application for him. As the gun toter filled it out, officers arrived to arrest him. You hire me or I'll shoot you.
Yeah, that's a good way to get a job.
A bank robber in Hillsboro, Oregon, handed a bank teller a note that said, "I need $300 or I'll kill you. I'm serious."
I'm serious.
At least that's what it was intended to say, but the teller couldn't read the bank robber's handwriting, so the robber stepped aside to rewrite the note on a bank slip, giving the teller time to set off the alarm. Have you ever heard such dumb crooks?
Are these true stories? That would be even better if that really happened.
Yeah. What about Tennessee?
Tennessee's up 66-60 with 3:07 left. So it's still too close for comfort.
Okay. Two hunters were out in the woods when one of them bagged a duck. Immediately, his retriever walked on top of the pond to fetch the duck.
Right?
His friend was in awe.
Yeah.
Your dog just walked on water. He said, "That's amazing." And the man said, "Well, that's nothing to it. Not really. He can't swim."
All these jokes are about idiots, people.
Let me tell you something of mine before the time's all gone.
Okay.
I was reading in the paper that a lot of kids in the United States are suffering from depression. Mm-hmm. They're suffering from depression. Younger and younger. Our children are seeing the sippy cup is half empty.
Shoot.
Now this is about Adam and Eve.
Now I've got the dang hiccups.
Adam was hanging around in the Garden of Eden feeling very lonely. So God asked him, "What's wrong with you?" And Adam said he didn't have anyone to talk to. Mm-hmm. So God said he was going to make Adam a companion, and it would be called a woman. Mm-hmm. And God said to Adam, "Now this pretty lady will gather food for you. She will cook for you. And when you discover clothing,
sorry, I can't stop hiccuping.
She will wash it for you. She will always agree with every decision you make, and she will not nag you.
Hey,
and will always
my
be
kind of woman.
And will always be the first to admit she was wrong when you've had a disagreement."
Hey.
I tell the girls in school that's what they've got to learn to do when they get married.
Yeah, for sure.
She will praise you. She will bear your children and never ask you to get up in the middle of the night to take care of them.
Dang.
She will never have a headache and will freely give you love whenever you need it. Wow.
Yeah.
What will a woman like this cost? And God said, "An arm and a leg."
Yeah.
Adam said, "What can I get for a rib?"
That was pretty good. That's like the perfect woman.
Carolyn was the closest thing to a perfect woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
After 5 days, she would admit that it was her fault. Murphy, why don't you give up drinking, smoking, and carousing? Said his wife.
Carousing.
Carousing. You know what carousing means?
I don't know.
Running around at night and doing things you shouldn't
Oh,
do. Carousing,
yeah.
all hours of the night, coming in drunk.
Probably chasing after women.
Yeah. It's too late, Murphy said. And his wife said, it's never too late. Well, if it's never too late, then there's no rush.
Definitely not the answer she was looking for. One more, Joe. Two more. We got time for two more.
Okay.
Have we done the Irish blonde yet?
I don't want to do that one.
Oh, okay.
I'd be afraid to do that. O'Gara was arrested and sent for trial
Okay.
for armed bank robbery.
Uh-oh.
And after due deliberation in court, the jury foreman stood up and said, not guilty. O'Gara jumped up and said, that's grand. Does that mean I get to keep the money? Have you ever heard such dumb crooks in your life?
No. They're all morons today.
Okay. Out for a stroll in a Dublin park. Mr. and Mrs. Ireland. These were originally for last week.
Okay. Gotcha, yeah. St. Patrick's Day.
They were a middle-aged couple, and they sat down on a bench to rest. They were just out for a stroll. And they heard voices coming from a secluded spot behind them. And immediately Mrs. Kearney realized that a young man was about to propose to his beloved. And not wishing to eavesdrop at such an intimate moment, she nudged her husband and whispered, whistle and let that young couple know that someone can hear them.
Yeah.
And her husband replied, whistle? Why should I? Nobody warned me. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, Tennessee is up 70-64.
6 points.
With I can't stop e-cup and pop out with 1:37 left. And Virginia is doing exactly what we said.
They're
57-44. Yeah. So, Tennessee's game just has 48 seconds left. So, I hope they can hang on to the lead.
They're ahead by 6 points.
Yeah. They just need to prevent them from hitting any three-pointers.
But can you say, how many points did you say, 48?
No, let's see. Tennessee's 73-64 now.
Oh.
Tennessee's hit another shot, so they're up by 9.
73.
They're up by 9 with 45 seconds.
You've got to be, if you're a college elite team, you've got to put 85 points in that basket to win your games.
They obviously struggled mightily today on offense.
For the second half, they haven't.
Yeah, the first half was when they played bad.
They had to.
Looks like, yeah.
So it looks like we're going to have a win.
Looks like we're going to win. I mean, we're up 9 points with 45 seconds left. So, yeah. So, radio listeners, it's looking like UT's going to win. Hopefully.
And so out of the 7 SEC teams so far, we've only had one loss, and that was Ole Miss. And we still got one to play, and that's Mississippi State.
Yes. Mississippi State plays Liberty at 6. I don't know why I don't say 6:30, but 6:27.
6:27.
Such a weird time.
Liberty, that's a Baptist school, isn't it?
In Tennessee, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I guess I'll pull for Mississippi State, but if they're going to lose, I'd rather be to a team from Tennessee.
Well, yeah.
And let's see, let's go back to Tennessee a minute. Well, now it's 73-67 with
Oh,
35 seconds left. So Colgate hit a three.
yeah, but that's just two possessions.
I
away.
know.
2 more threes ties it up.
I'd say what's making the game drag out is probably their foul in Tennessee.
Well, yeah, and that stops the clock.
Exactly. And yeah, the Ole Miss game, I was going to tell you, yeah, Ole Miss got beat 95-72. That's
23
That's a really
points.
bad showing.
23 points.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
I believe we're about through.
We are through because I can't stop hiccuping. So
Oh, somebody else is.
yeah, I know somebody's sleepy here. I don't know her name, Allie. But thanks for listening on if I can stop hiccuping on WAT Radio, watching on Channel 18, ValleyTV, and YouTube. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Join us for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show.
See you,
So long,
folks.
folks.